bite my foot, or else I'm gonna kick you in the face. And that's how we start, right?
Yeah.
Kicking people in the face.
Kicking people in the face. Well, some of this news feels like a kick in the face. We'll get to that.
Well, kick to the balls.
Well, yeah, balls, face, whatever. No one likes to get kicked, but some part of the community is getting kind of kicked around a little bit, to some extent at least. But anyway, we're back for 176 of the Hypecast. Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for tuning in with yours truly, Sean, aka Hawk5, and my cohort, as always, Zawa. So, yeah. So we do have a little bit of fighting game news, but we do have more of the frontline, quote unquote, side of things this time around. So, and we got some stuff still to talk about after. So a little shorter, but probably will tangent into the usual length anyway. So that's how we roll here. So let's get right into it with the fighting game section here. So Smash is out of EVO. It's officially out of EVO, at least for now, but it's definitely out of EVO at this moment. So EVO on Twitter put out this statement right here. I'll read it for all of us. It says, please join us for March 8 at 5 p.m. PST on twitch.tv/EVO for the EVO 2022 announcement show. While we are thankful for all the amazing games joining us later this year in Las Vegas, we want to let you know in advance that Super Smash Bros. Will not be making a return appearance since 2007. That's really weird to say. I don't know why I say it like that. 2007. We've seen historic Super Smash Bros. Moments created at EVO's events. We are saddened that Nintendo has chosen not to continue that legacy with us this year. In the future, we hope to once again celebrate Super Smash Bros. Community alongside them. So, this time it doesn't come with much surprise to me anyway, because EVO is now owned by PlayStation, or Sony, I guess. So knowing Nintendo, they're very prideful and stuff like that with working with other companies and stuff like that, at least to this extent. So that's why I guess they just want to back out and do their own thing, which is they are, for those who have forgotten, they have been partnered up with Panda Global, or Panda, to run their tournaments sometime this year, their offline tournaments even. So they have their own tournament going on, pretty much. So I guess they just want to focus on that rather than trying to manage the, I guess, so they're sort of like, I guess you can say relationship with the EVO stuff, connections with the EVO stuff for right now. Maybe they'll like sort out some sort of deal at some point, and hopefully EVO can get Smash Brothers back into EVO sometime next year or beyond that. But did you have any comments about Smash not being at EVO?
It was more of a snarky comment, but I think you know what I was about to say with Smash players. We don't need to emphasize that. I've been to EVO once. Never again I want to go into that room.
Or you mean like the pool, right? Or the section or whatever? Yeah. I mean, yeah, the stereotype, right? I mean, so.
Yeah, thank God I was in the back. Because yes, it's on a big screen, but my eyes are kind of bad. So, you gotta find that right distance, and then the further I got close to the screen, I was like, But I think it's just for this year, since...
Yeah, it sounds like it's for this just for the time being. I don't think this is a permanent thing.
I don't think Nintendo at the moment is comfortable right now with the new restructure with EVO, so they probably gonna have everyone else be their guinea pigs, and then they will jump back in.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, or I can see where you're coming from with that. Just to see like, is this a safe landscape? Because you know we have to remember of what happened a couple of years ago. Yeah, like with the whole like, what's the way to put it? Like things happen. Yes, instances happen. Allegations were to be had. Even you know, former face of EVO, Joey Queller or Wizard, admitted to those allegations, and there was an explosion within the community, and yeah, it was quite the situation. So that's why he left, and there was a restructure. COVID was happening, and then sometime after the online stuff happens and stuff like that, and blah blah blah, and then there's been a lot of just restructuring, just redoing a lot of things, and they hit the refresh button big time, pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty much like what you say. It just feels like it's a very temporary thing. I feel like once they know what's going on at EVO, if EVO is a success this time around, I feel like this is going to be an offline event this time around. They'll try to do an offline event in Vegas, and then they'll see how it goes. If things go well, then yeah, then they might come back. Pretty much like what you're implying. So. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Yeah, for right now, but we'll have to see of how EVO present itself for the this live stream. See what they have, what they got, and yeah. And it's not like there's gonna be news or anything like that with Smash Brothers Ultimate, because the DLC is already over. They're not gonna add any more DLC, so we're not missing out on anything on our end anyway for the viewers. So. And even so, like, they'll just have a Nintendo Direct themselves, if there was any. But they said that's done and done, so we're not really missing out on anything, other than the competitive nature, of course. But, it is what it is, I guess, for right now.
I swear to God, if Nintendo's like, hey, about that, no more characters in Smash.
Oh, they basically pull off of Namco and be like, oh yeah, you thought we were done with fighters? No, we put 21 lab code in there.
And I was like, just joking, here you go, season
3? Yeah.
The 3, 4, 5.
Here's Master Chief. What the what?
No, it's like...
Yeah.
It's like, wait, so you guys have 2 Microsoft products? Technically 3!
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who's the third? And then it's like, Banjo, just technically.
Yeah.
But one can hope.
One can hope. Yep. So all in all, I mean, yeah, it kind of sucks, but look, it just sounds like a very temporary thing for right now. So let's see if EVO shows itself to be rebuilt at that point. I hope things go well in advance. But again, we'll see. We have to see what's going on with that live stream. So we'll definitely talk about it after the live stream, or the episode after the live stream. Yeah. So I'll probably maybe put up a reaction video of myself. Maybe we'll see. But that is for us to see, or for us to for wait and all that stuff. So anyway, that is EVO for right now. Otherwise, I mean, do you have any predictions of what games will show up for EVO? Like, your typical like, Street Fighter 5 and or maybe not Street Fighter 5. I don't know. But
maybe not Street Fighter. I want to say whatever NetherRealms is cooking up.
Well, I was more specifically saying about like the lineup of people who
lineup of fighting games.
Yeah, for participation, stuff like that. Not news.
Not news. Okay, so. Oof.
But NRS, yeah, that's right, because they haven't said anything.
Oh yeah, basically, well, we'll have our Street Fighter. We'll still have our Tekken. Frick, what was that game? Unbirth, whatever.
Oh, under Night in Birth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You think that would make it? Okay.
Yeah, because they got a few slots since.
True. I think Grand Blue will make it in there. The Grand Blue versus will make it in there as like that anime game. Guilty Gear Strive, that's a given. Yeah. Anything else that you think like what's like your surprise pick? Let's cut to that part.
If they can somehow bring in like a Marvel versus game.
Oh, so probably UMVC 3 maybe they'll bring that back. You think?
Yeah, if they bring back 2, I'll be like,
Justin Wong. Yipes!
I was like, ooh.
We get the old school players like Sanford and Duck.
Or if they could bring Ultimate Marvel versus Capcom 3, but it's like a no prize pool just for fun. Bring the one with the mods in.
Okay.
Like just.
Oh yeah, like Cyclops and yeah.
Just bring that one in, but again, no prize pool, just for fun and kind of
like an exhibition match thing.
Yeah. And watch freaking Chris G go gaga over using New Virgil and Lilith.
Yeah. That would be neat. I would say that would be the surprise game for me as well. Like, it's been getting like a revival, like a second revival of sorts, like it's like second wind almost, because of like pandemic stuff and like online and all that stuff. Somehow it's almost kind of like I want to say like the Melee of Marvel, if that makes sense. It should be Marvel 2. Like there's some love for Marvel 2, but I feel like there's more for UMVC 3 somehow. But again, that's for us to see. And anything else? Maybe Skullgirls can make it in there. I don't know. Because otherwise you'll have the typical Street Fighter, Tekken, Guilty Gear Strive is a given for sure. I don't know if Soul Calibur is gonna make it back in there. I haven't heard much from it when it comes to like how much like retention it has with people.
How about Samurai?
Showdown.
Yeah,
I don't know about that. Oh,
Samurai Champloo. I was like,
Champloo.
wait. It's like, oh wait.
Oh no, here's another good one. KOF 15 is definitely gonna make it in there. I have no doubt it will make it in there.
Yes, but who are 15 for KOF? I'm gonna predict we're gonna see a lot of Shermie.
Oh, when it comes to picking
Kyo,
yeah, Terry's. We'll see Terry's. Who else is like pretty good? I think Leona is pretty good.
Leona's gonna be a good pick.
I haven't heard much from Chris.
Chizuru.
Chizuru.
Maybe 1 or 2 King of Dinosaurs.
Maybe, yeah.
A lot of Blue Marys.
Blue Marys, yeah. A lot of Vanessas. Joe Higashi's. It's actually got a pretty good amount of good characters.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of good, like a
selection,
good range of characters,
which is good. Who else is like solid?
Maybe 1 or 2 Mai's.
I actually have not seen too many Mai stuff on Twitter. Surprisingly, I've seen a lot of Vanessa for sure. I've seen a good amount of Joe, Higashi.
What about
Clark's, Ralph's, yeah, for sure. I heard Clark is like really good too, along with Ralph.
I think we can also see a lot of what's his name? I just had it in my head, and now he runs.
Antonov?
No.
Okay.
It's like he's there and you're reaching for him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, K-Dash? No?
No, not Kid Ash.
Okay. Oh, is it Ash?
Ash.
Oh,
Yeah, Ash.
yeah. Yeah. I can see that. I feel like Ash will be like, kind of few, like more on the lower side. But when you see an Ash, it's going to be pretty nasty because of I heard his execution barrier is like pretty strong, but once you know how to use him, he's pretty nasty. But because he's hard to use, you're not going to see a whole lot of him in comparison to others.
I can also see a lot of Robert.
Robert, yeah. Maybe a few Rios here and there, because he's kind of a weird character to use, from what I've heard. And then when I mentioned Antonov, I feel like there's gonna be a decent amount of Antonov. I don't think we'll see like a lot of Antonov.
Nah.
Yeah, but we'll see some Antonovs, I think, here and there. Otherwise,
we might see like maybe one or two Hydern.
Yeah.
And also what's her name? Anja?
Oh, Angel, yeah. Angel is kind of like the hard execution sort of character as well. But when you know how to use her, I feel like she could be pretty disgusting. I think. Yeah.
And I guess for the memes, we'll get a lot of Luong,
Long, yeah, Long.
which I don't know how so Disney, because it might be on
Oh,
ESPN. How
right.
they gonna censor her big attack?
Yeah, her climax attack. Yeah.
It's like cut into commercial and they come back.
They'll probably have like a logo or something.
Just see EVO's logo on her ass is like that. That's not helping.
Yeah. Well, but anyway, yeah. 15 will make its debut in EVO for sure. I think we'll see a good amount of characters. But I think we can jump into the reveals. So like you're saying, like, oh, NRS might have something,
Yeah.
right? Like, what do you think it will be? Like, is it Mortal Kombat 12 or whatever, or like Injustice 3, or is it something else?
Marvel versus Shonen Jump. Oh yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, all right. I think it's just Jump, but yeah. Marvel versus Jump.
Marvel versus Jump Force is like, please no. So that please, I beg you, no.
They somehow
Go
like
back
have
to
the
the-
same bugs, but only for Jump characters. So Frieza's gonna like just float as the elevator.
No, that's how Doctor Strange and Magneto comes in. He just goes through an elevator. He's like, "Hi guys, like,
Oh my god.
what the hell is wrong with you?" It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess I don't know if you've watched that recent video with Max, him talking about like a big hint from Ed Boon or whatever. But is there anything that's gonna be being cooked up, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But do you think it's something of significance?
Well, as all we know with Ed Boon, he loves to fucking troll. So
Yes.
on a what's it called? What's the word?
Ironically, or
On an ironic, yeah, let's go with that. Ironic note. This could all be just nothing, and Ed Boon
Yeah.
just doing
Mhm.
like, let's see how many people are going to get pissed
Yeah.
that it's a bunch of nothing.
Yeah, no, just like a red herring. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it's really anything from NRS, knowing them, I feel like it's going to be Injustice 3 because of all the like upcoming DC stuff that's gonna be rolled out this year and like next year as well, like Black Adam, Aquaman, like Flash, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I feel like it would be definitely a perfect time for Injustice 3 to be announced, just so it can promote the cinematic universe stuff, you know, when it comes to NRS. Otherwise, I mean, I don't have a problem with what is it, Mortal Kombat 12, but something tells me it could be something completely different. Like it might not even be a fighting game. It could be an action adventure game, maybe Shaolin Monks finally, but no, I mean, it could be something else differently. It could be some sort of like just a non-fighting game for sure. You know, it could be with you know, Marvel or something. I don't know. It could be their attempt of Marvel Ultimate Alliance kind of game. It'd be kind of funny. I don't definitely. Well, I don't know. Maybe by the time EVO happens, it's gonna be summer, right? So it could be Street Fighter 6 news, because as they said, it was gonna be summer of this year for more news. So maybe they could say more news there. Maybe. Other stuff could be. Oh yeah, them actually revealing, you know, Geese, Yamazaki, and Billy Kane for KOF 15, and then they'll hint at the or tease the next team after them as a means to sort of complete that reveal, kind of like what they did with Rock Howard, B Jenny, and Gato. Like, they revealed them, and then they teased Geese's team, which is Team Southtown, I think. Yeah, so they could follow that same pattern, sure. What else could happen? Maybe something from Fighters. I don't know. Maybe, Dragon Ball Fighters. I don't know. Anything else you want to add in for predictions? Reveal predictions?
Maybe a hint of the next. How many years has it been since SoCal?
I think it's just a couple of years, unless I'm wrong. Like, where did the time go then? If that's the case.
Yeah, I want to say it's been a good amount of years. 2018.
Okay, so four.
Yeah,
it's been 4 years. 4 years.
4 years.
Actually, a little more than I expected.
Yeah, so
but
maybe we might, get a hint of the next Soul Calibur.
Maybe. When it comes to announcements during the EVO announcements, that's a bit of a hard one, because that's like pretty soon then. I don't know if they'll even have any of that juicy stuff during the EVO announcements.
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. So I think that's a good feeling. Because I haven't looked at the leak that happened with Nvidia. So apparently, Street Fighter 6 was leaked. Tekken 8 was leaked. Apparently, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it could all be fake news or whatever. And then there was like some other stuff that was revealed. So I'm not gonna say too much, but Nvidia got hacked, I think, recently. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you have anything else to toss in there before we can move on with the next topic?
Nope. We're just gonna
wait and see.
Yep.
Okay.
Wait and see.
Fair.
Probably wave while it's coming. It's like, hey.
Yep. Alrighty. Now we can move on to Capcom stuff. I kind of said, like, I kind of hinted with Street Fighter 5 not being at EVO possibly because of what happened here. So recently, let's just say, they put out a tweet on Capcom Fighters calling all tournament organizers to read their sort of like rules and stuff like that, and it's implying that they're trying to put a cap on what's a community event and a esports event, right? And in layman's terms, it basically makes it harder for the new tournaments to grow, while if they don't meet the sort of the rules or the prerequisites, they have to pay for a license. And of course they don't say how much the license is, so that's why it created this outrage from the community. We don't know a lot of things still, even though this was written out. And let me click it here. Allow selected. All right, anyway, so yeah, all the rules or whatever are here, but yeah, it basically there are some questions and there are just things that people don't know about, and there are just a lot of in-betweens that people don't like with this stuff. For example, like the photography stuff. So if the organizer hires a photographer, Capcom can just take their photos and use them to their liking, right? Without even like paying a royalty fee or something like that towards the photographer. So that kind of sucks there. If they directly hire them, then it makes sense, right? That makes more sense. But it's the organizer that hires the photographer, and then just Capcom just like kind of essentially takes the photos and tries to use it for their marketing purposes without any royalties to pay towards the photographer. That one I don't definitely agree with personally. I mean, I don't know if you like looked into this too much, or too deep, but were there things that you find that you disagreed with or whatever, or you're not really so caught up on what's happening here?
I only like brushed on it a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but still, like, I saw a lot of people like disagreeing about these rules, and then also came the memes. But I kind of understand where Capcom's coming from.
Yeah.
But then it's like also maybe whoever was your proofreader didn't do a good job of
right.
Like not thinking.
The problem here also is that this is very much just a generic esports thing, and not so much catered towards the fighting game community. Like it looks like they didn't even like discuss it with the major FGC figures, the organizers, right? They just kind of just like copy and paste it from like League of Legends or like any other esports stuff. I think that's the huge issue here too. Now there are some overreactions with some of the things, because a lot of these things aren't new. Let's put that out there. And a lot of the organizers have already like went through with this process with like the license and stuff like that. They're like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna get the license right now. Like, they don't even like have a second thought about it. So there is a level of overreaction, but there also is a fair amount of critiques to be had here too, with like the cap, right? The money cap, and like some of the in-betweens too. There's some weird stuff like, oh, you can't pop off, you can't be too loud, you can't scream, you can't some weird shit. There's some weird things. Oh yeah, you can't have it at a bar, you can't have alcohol around, you can't have this and that, things like that. It's a lot of those things are like really hard to get around, because EVO, for example, doesn't serve alcohol, but all the stuff around EVO, they do. So you know, they can just bring in the alcohol from other places because it's like right there.
Put it in their flask.
Exactly. How well are they gonna check it? You know, are they actually gonna smell the flask? You know, like,
are they gonna pour one for the boys?
Oh yeah, let me check. Yep, here's vodka. You get out of here. And then they have to do that for like every.
It's like it'd be like, wait, let me check. No.
Wait. Yeah, exactly.
No.
All the security guards are gonna get drunk. Yeah. Yeah, so there's just a lot of things that they need to check or proofread, like you said, and yeah, it definitely for the most part makes it makes it hard for no, you're good. It makes it hard for the new tournaments to grow. But when it comes to like the Wednesday night fights, the NLBCs, and all the other ones that we've kind of known over the years for other tournaments, you know, CEO, Combo Breaker, EVO, all the major ones are okay. It's just the new ones that are trying to grow aren't going to be able to grow unless they are willing to pay for the license. So that's why at the moment they don't want to. They feel like they don't want to stream or have Street Fighter 5 as part of their lineup because of this sort of stuff. Yep. For right now, and this could apply to Street Fighter 6 as well, or likely going to be applying to Street Fighter 6. So it's like this is it's definitely for the most part a situation where Capcom kind of shot themselves in the toe for this time around. So good news is that they have looked at the feedback and now are considering revising it, hopefully, as they said here. Yesterday we published the new Street Fighter Community License Agreement, and then we want to make rules clear and allow for to allow for much faster approvals. I'm like skimming through it. You're good. And then thank you for their feedback sent to us thus far on a new agreement. We are reviewing this feedback and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. So it's it worked. You know, the community was very vocal about it, and for the most part, it did the job. You know, it definitely sent the message to Capcom, be like, okay, this is not working. This is not what they want. Hopefully, we can revise it to their liking and stuff like that. And of course, there's also more discrepancies here in drama because of, like, you know, they said they encourage safe spaces, but people are kind of like, what the hell, because of people like Infiltration, for example. Even though Infiltration already like served his sort of his court case and stuff like that, he already has done his deeds, that sort of thing. I mean, there's a weird thing going on. Like they say he's guilty, but he's not guilty. So I'm like very confused, you know. So I can't say who, you know, if Infiltration is innocent or not. But what I know is that he already went through the court case. He already served his sort of sentence, quote unquote. You know, he already went through all that. He's already been judged, literally, and that's that. But people, I guess, don't want to move on for some reason. They keep saying he's guilty, and then there are people who are saying he's not. So to me, it's like very confusing. I don't know of why this is still a thing. Like, I'm pretty sure like Capcom is aware of this, and if they allow him in here after he was banned for a year, I mean, that should say something, right? I don't know. I don't know if you're too familiar with what's going on with like the aftermath of Infiltration. I mean, do you have any comment on that situation particularly, or not so much?
Not so much.
Yeah,
like, I'm at that part going, or that part of the fandom going like, Okay. Like it is a big subject. Yes, don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
But
it's very touchy. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm at this point going like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your concern, but can we focus on something else, please?
Right. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. It's I mean, that's one thing, and then I heard that Infiltration like rigged some sort of like tournament or something like that. So
Yeah.
that's also like that on top of that too. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a very uh specific situation. So yeah, I mean I don't really pick a side for this one. I'm just kind of just like kind of just watching from the sidelines sort of thing.
It's like what's it called? Food for thought.
I guess, yeah.
It's not a tasty food for thought, but
Mm-hmm. I guess I don't know. It's just, like I don't have like much on the situation beyond what I said and what I know.
mhm.
So it's like, what the hell am I gonna do, or what the hell can I do? You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna contribute anything to the situation. So I don't have anything revelating. So it's like, I'm like I said, I'm just gonna just watch from the sidelines and worry about what Capcom's gonna do with the community license thing, the agreement, and the rules. Right? Are they gonna update on the photography thing? You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Are they gonna ease up on the pop-offs? Like, can we pop off, please? You know?
Oh, that should be in the Capcom rules too. The pop-offs.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean they talked about it because like they said no screaming. You can't scream. You
No,
can't.
like
Mm-hmm.
who was it that they hurt themselves doing a big pop-off? Like they
Oh, there's like plenty
dislocated
of
their-
people like Hungry Box.
Yeah, it was Hungry Bob's,
Oh,
the
okay.
most recent one. That should be like right there in the big top. If you injure yourself during a pop-off,
Mm-hmm. We're not responsible or something.
yeah, it's like
Well, I think that's
sign this.
sign his waiver or something. Yeah, I don't think that needs to be said. Like they know they
Still, that'll be
still,
so.
but still, I guess I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to save to save Capcom's
Mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
cover Capcom's ass on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
There was, I think was it Smash? Is either Smash or no? It was like Rivals of Aether or something like that. That one guy, he literally popped his arm popping off or something like that. That was also what happened too. he literally popped it off his socket as he was popping off. So it was like the biggest pop off of pop offs. But anyway, meanwhile, all the other companies are just like, yeah, just go stream our game or go play or make tournaments of our game. We don't care as long as you're reasonable about it. Like SNK, I think SNK is like very reasonable about it. They kind of just don't care. For most companies anyway. So yeah, good on them, and hopefully Capcom can kind of get that straightened out. So, because a lot of the veterans say the FGC is very grassrooted, like they come from grassroots and stuff like that. It's very different of where this all came from. Whereas League of Legends and all those like major sports, they didn't grow from the arcades. But fighting games, a lot of that stuff came from the arcades, the arcade days. And so it's very different. It's a very different like thing. So that's why, regular ass esports rules doesn't work all that well with FGC stuff or how they handle things. They kind of rely on the small tournaments to keep interests and engagements and retention with these fighting games. Unlike League of Legends. I mean, League of Legends and like all the major esports games you hear about, I'm sure there are small League of Legends tournaments and small Counter Strike tournaments and stuff like that. But how many of them have you heard? You know,
Like small tournaments, none.
yeah,
I only hear about the big ones.
exactly.
Or sometimes it would be like at conventions, but not advertised because that's one way to go around it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know in my major convention here in Hawaii,
Mm-hmm.
they would have League of Legends tournament, but it was like word of mouth.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So in other words, it's not as prevalent as FGC's small tournaments, as you can say. So that's why it's so different. I guess it's just because the fighting games aren't as big still. You can definitely say that as League of Legends stuff and Counter Strike and all the others. Even Fortnite is like huge. At some point. We gotta we rely on the small tournaments, and then if Capcom is trying to put a cap on it, it's like, well, you're trying to shooting yourselves in the foot, with like Street Fighter and Marvel and who knows what other Capcom fighting games would kind of apply too, right? For right now, it sounds like it's just Street Fighter 5, so that is pretty much a thing. So it sucks too because like it's hard to not exceed the cap for a lot of these tournaments because they need that money to run the tournament. So it's like how is it gonna work without having them to pay the licensing fee and stuff like that? That's also another thing too. Like, why don't they talk about the licensing fee? Is it that really delicate of an issue? Is it just like something they're like still experimenting with? Is that why they don't like disclose the number right now? So that way they don't like set the number too early or something like that? Is that what it is? Or I don't know. Do you? Yeah.
I mean, I can understand like they want to like hide like how much money they're like spending and stuff for these licensing, but but on the sadistic side of me is like, how much are you really spending?
Yeah.
Come on, don't be shy. You could just give us a hint. Is it 5 digits or 6? Come on.
Oh my god, 6 digits for his licensing fee? That's crazy. If that is really true, I'm sure it's not, but it's like,
Hey, but
it might be maybe in the 10K or something. Because that's like half of what you make from in a year when it comes to tournaments with all the sponsorships and all that stuff. Oh my god, if it is 10K, that'd be scary. That sounds scary, man.
But then when you think about it, they do get their money's back. Ish,
but still kind of annoying. And it's like, how long do these licenses last too? I guess, like, is it just a year? Is it like a couple of years? I don't know.
It's never.
Yeah, never. They don't last for too long.
They only last for 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Oh god. All right. Well,
that's why they always have to throw in ads.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty much that. I mean, we're just for the most part we watch the tournaments. We don't run tournaments or anything like that. But I just thought this is a conversation worth having, just because yes, we do watch them to some extent. We are fans of fighting games, and we're fans of Capcom because like Marvel's Capcom, all those Street Fighter stuff, like all the stuff that's come out over the years, X-Men versus Street Fighter, or that sort of Children of the Atom, that sort of stuff, man. Like we're fans of Capcom, and we hate to see stuff like this happen from Capcom. So that's why a lot of people are vocal about it. So, but glad that they're reconsidering the license and stuff like that. So, hopefully they get that thing sorted out. So how long have we been going now? For okay, almost an hour. That's not too bad. So all things considered. Okay, now we can move on to something pretty big for at least the Nintendo stuff. Pokemon fans more specifically. We did finally get a direct for Pokemon, essentially. And the biggest one of them all, of course, I mean, there were some mobile games talked about and whatever. Pokemon Go has the Alola stuff coming in.
Pokemon Go! Let's get exercises and get run over by a car. I mean, what?
Dude, fucking Monofos, man, he was crazy about that game. He literally was like crossing a busy street to get a what was it? It was like a Vulpix or something like that.
You shouldn't talk, sir. You freaking drove.
I drove around, yeah.
You drove around and also like what, stream a couple of them? I was like,
well, well, not stream. I made YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this
I made
man,
content. Yeah.
This man's gonna turn into the wrong street.
Yeah. I'm gonna wind up in the wrong neighborhood. Yeah.
You'll be like, yeah, this Voltorb is not worth.
Yeah, so a lot of mobile games. Obviously, there's stuff for Pokemon Unite, blah blah blah. But of course, I think there was also the updates for Brilliant Diamond and Pearl, Shining Pearl, with Shaming, and also there's an update for RCS, Legends Arceus or Arceus, excuse me. More battles, more challenges and stuff like that. Not much, but I guess it's something. But then there was
this weird ass ad that I didn't know what the fuck it was until I close to the end.
I thought there was gonna be a live action Pokemon. Like I'm like, what the fuck's going on?
Okay, if I wasn't, at first didn't think this was a Pokemon presentation, and I just dove into this, I would have thought this was another Professor Layton game.
Yeah,
because the setting, I was like, oh, Professor Layton, cool. And then
it could have been like a Detective Pikachu yeah.
But as I say, if I didn't know it was a Pokemon,
context,
context, I'll be like, ooh, Professor Layton. I like it. So we're keeping some assets from
Legends.
Legends, not Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Because the Pokemon's always roaming around. But now I don't think, because I didn't play Brilliant Diamond and Pearls, there aren't Pokemons wandering in the city, right?
No.
Okay, so
it's literally a port of Diamond and Pearl, but with 3D graphics, you name it. Like there's nothing new about it. It's like a cash grab overall. There's nothing like.
It's just playing on nostalgia.
Yes, it's literally playing on nostalgia. I mean, it's on Switch, so it's cool to some extent. But if you already played Diamond and Pearl, there's nothing new here. Is what I'm trying to say here. But here, they're taking a lot of things from Legends. Their assets, like you said, from Sword and Shield, likely. But they, looks like they retextured them. Like Magnemite has an actual metal texture now.
So again, like looking at this, and then looking at your Switch that you have for 5 years, I can smell the smoke.
Survivor has like scales now or something like that somewhere.
Okay, that's false already. If we go back into the swamp area. Wait for it. False, Psyduck is not holding its head, so it's not true to Pokemon lore.
I can say though, it looks better than Sword and Shield for sure. Like, looks like they just took things from Arceus and just like kind of they flourished it even more, So there is credit to have, to hear, Yeah, see, there's texture on.
Is it just me, or it might be my oldness showing?
Yes.
Can we have Fat Pikachu back?
Well, we had
Like, okay,
the VMAX Pikachu was the fat Pikachu. Yeah.
I want like actual Fat Pikachu.
Oh, actual fat Pikachu. I don't know. I don't know what they'll do with that, but my issue though with not towards Pokemon directly, but with Nintendo is that their trailers are made subparly. Like I don't know what their capture rate or capture device or rig or settings are, but
they believe they're on 4K, but it's actually 720.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the frame rate is like all over the place, and it's not even an issue in the actual Legends Arceus. It's very consistent for the most part. So they're kind of like hurting the game's first impression by letting this slide. So they need to like refine their game capture stuff. Because a lot of the stuff looks smooth, or there are parts that look smooth, but there are like just weird frame rate stuff that happens randomly in the trailer. It seems like this part, for example. See, and then this part is like all smooth all of a sudden. Like, what?
It could be also like the camera rigging, because like
could be
because the swooping. If they don't know how to do the velocity and speed of the camera. Sorry, folks. This is what happens when you dive into animation. You kind of know what to break down. Like right there, the swooping on the ground. Like I saw a lot of like stutterings. There wasn't a smooth path. Hi. I know basic animation.
Yeah.
And camera work for animation. Oh wait! I saw that. Go back to that coat.
Hold on.
Wait for it. I'm gonna ask the chat. Very, very important question. Is that blue and gold?
Oh my god, you're bringing that back. Oh no.
I just killed everybody just now, or their white hair just grew back.
Dude, I'm getting gray hairs. I'm actually getting gray hairs as is, so don't put any more on me.
Nah. Good. I'm also.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's a. Oh no, keep playing the stuff, because the main character, or I guess the default avatar, looks like the main character for Kamen Rider Saber.
Really?
Like if he was in a like Pokemon setting.
Yep, and then there are the starters.
I'm going to pick Donald Duck.
You're gonna pick Donald Duck.
But I will ask people to give me an egg of the fire starter.
Yeah. Yep, so it's Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so that is the names for Gen 9. All new entry, Pokemon series releasing worldwide in late 2022. So yeah.
So go back to the shot of the main character standing in his room and about to.
Yeah, hold on, just give me a second here. I was about to ask you, what did you think of the main character designs and stuff like that? Because there's a lot of controversy around that part. Oh, I guess
I like it. I don't know why people are fucking bitching about it.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's like, why are you guys bitching?
I don't love it, but I don't hate it either.
I'm just thinking hey, cool. Still gonna make it look look appealing to my eyes. You know, like my character. There you go.
Mhm.
See, so this is Toma. I put it in a chat cast.
Sure. Oh, let me put in here.
Like someone brought that up in like on Twitter, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
Oh yeah,
It is Toma.
it kind of does. Yeah, like a younger version of this character. Yeah, of that character. Yeah, yeah, I can kind of see the resemblance. It's pretty funny. Like the hair, like the way it swooped. It's like the same direct, like
Swoop the hat.
the hat, the outfit could make it into the customization thing too.
Yeah, the bag too. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, the bag. Yeah, like I think that's like the most one of the more controversial stuff too. Like the main character design is like I think people need to like know what's going on before they really complain, because this looks like a school uniform. Like if you look at their shirt, like on the
Yeah.
side of their shirt, there's a crest, like there's a symbol, like that indicates there's different schools that are going to like take part of whatever it is. If you look at it here, I do have the artwork for it. Like if you look to the side, there's like I said, there's a crest. So it looks like this is a school uniform. So the school is going to play a part in this this world this time around. So that's why, you know, the characters are kind of looking the same, because they're wearing a uniform, you know. So and
So this might be the Pokemon generation that acknowledges that yes, these are 10-year-olds, and yes, they still go to fucking school.
yeah, it's going to be more obvious of where they were, how old they are and stuff like that. And you know, bit of nice detailing is the versions you pick are going to kind of pick their colors.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be like a Scarlet school and a Violet school or something like that. I don't know what they're going to be called, but there's probably going to be other schools. And my theory with that is that those are going to be like the gyms, like you know how you gym battle and stuff like that for badges. You beat other schools to get whatever, you know, like a title or something like that, and then you go into the grand finals, and then you fight the rival school or something like that. Rival schools. That sounds funny, but yeah, that's just, I think that's how it's gonna go.
Yeah. But so far from what we've seen with the trailer, looks good.
Yeah. It look. I like the setting. I like that it's more like a Mediterranean, Greek / or just like Southern Europe setting this time around. So it's like bright. There's like different locations, and the fact that Pokemon are roaming around now in the wild like that, they're definitely taking note from Legends Arceus, and now they're gonna hopefully implement the whole like, okay, you have your trainer and then just throw your balls and stuff like that to catch the Pokemon. Like if it's that same dynamic thing, it's gonna be awesome. I want that. I want that carried over to the main Pokemon game for sure. That was really fun. And if they can like put more layers to that gameplay, I'm all for it. And yeah, hopefully they'll have good customization for your player character. Sure, I think that's a thing, because that was definitely more of a thing in Arceus, Legends Arceus. They had some outfits and stuff like that, make yourself look like a ninja or a Westerner, or you know, this or whatever. They had some pretty good variety in the outfits. I liked it. So I think we can definitely see the same here happening for the most part. But yeah, you know, I guess people will be people, and they want to complain about something, so they gotta complain about the main characters for some reason. First it was Dexit, now it's just fucking the main characters. But now let's see. The starter Pokemon. So I've always been a fire guy, a fire starter guy, and I'm gonna pick them, and I'm gonna stick with that. And so I'm gonna stick with the Apple Croc for the most part, which is Fuecoco, I believe his name.
Fuecoco.
Fuecoco.
And I love the memes that came out of this.
I like the ones that are like Fuecoco playing with like Totodile, like the other.
Yeah, that's why I want him. It's like, but then there's like these type of memes that I was like laughing my ass off because of the grass starter's face resembles something.
Let me bring up the let's see. Was it here or was it here? Oh no, that was from before. I think this is it. Sorry. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's a bit of picture of the description and stuff like that. So there's Fuecoco, Sprigatito, and Quaxley. So all of them are single type, of course, for right now. Fire, grass, water, you name it. The other controversy is, what is Sprigatito evolved to? Because they want...
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people saying that they want it to stay four-legged. I'm like, why though?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't even know people complain about Litten being a wrestler as a final form. I didn't even know that till I guess now. That was a complaint. Like, I'm like, that's cool. Like, that's a cool design. Like, what the people are complaining about? They want this like cutesy fucking cat Pokemon. Like, okay, I mean, I don't hate cats or anything, but I like wrestlers. Like, you know, that's cool. I don't know. Do you have like an idea of, or like,
nope.
I guess what is it that you want to see from these like Pokemon that, when it comes to final forms, like for me, Fuecoco, like it would be kind of interesting if it was a fire fairy type, you know? Yeah, or fire ghost. But I think that already happened with what's his face, Hisuian type Flosion. So I think that's already taken. So maybe this one could be fire fairy. I think that'd be a pretty cool like combination. What about you?
I'm just laughing my ass off now that you're saying like what do you want to see? Quaxley, whatever.
Quaxley,
it does not have flying under it. It just says water.
Yeah, it's just water, yeah.
So it'd be so funny. It's gonna be like everyone believing, oh, okay, it's gonna have flying moves, right? Final evolve form.
There's no wings.
Water fighting. Oh, water fairy, because again, it looks like fucking Donald Duck. So
yeah, that'd be kind of funny. Maybe like, I don't know. Yeah, water, some other type. We've already had water dark. I know that. Because that's like it's like Sharpedo and shit like that. But anyway.
Yeah, and I think Nintendo Game Freak is going to get a call from
Disney, Square Enix and Disney, yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
I put it in chatcast because I can see somebody doing this with their team. You can show the
Oh my god.
Yuck.
That's funny. I like that. Yuck. I like the yuck. That's funny.
I'll laugh my ass off. Like, let's say like the final forms of Fuecoco is a disappointment. Like everyone's like expecting high.
And
it's Quaxley that has like that bitch, like I'm fabulous fucking
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like final evolution, and the cat is just turn humanized, like
Like an anthro.
yeah.
I feel like that's what they're gonna go for, like Lucario or whatever, like a Lucario type of like anthro. For Sprigatito. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why people are like, oh my god, please keep it quadrupedal or whatever. Like, okay, so you want a regular ass cat as a final form? And then people are gonna bitch about like, oh, look how boring it looks or something like that. It's like, I don't know.
It's like, keep it bipedal. I want my cats like that. It's like, okay, so here's Persian. Here's that bitch ass looking purple cat.
Oh, there's Purgly.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some dye. You can spray paint it green.
Green. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care what Sprigatito becomes because I'm picking Fuecoco. So I'm a fire guy. I like Fuecoco enough. It looks cute. I mean, we'll have to see what it evolves to. There's been already like fan art for it, like the final evolutions from. Some of them are pretty neat. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah. But yep, I think we're Fuecoco boys for the most part.
Again, I'm sticking with my water. I've been water since the beginning.
Yeah, I understand. But yeah,
since before we had lights on built into our system. We had to use the street lights. And people wondered why he woke up with freaking headaches.
I do wonder what they'll do with Quaxley. Like, what if it was actually literally just Donald Duck from Kingdom Hearts, like that sort of like outfit? That'd be so funny. So it'd be like water psychic or whatever. That could be a possible combination. I mean, Starmie has that, but when it comes to starters, I don't think it happened just yet. I'm not too sure. I know we had Fire Psychic with Delphox.
Yeah.
That was one. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But when I first glanced at it, I'm like, this kind of reminds me of Fakemon, like a little bit. Like now we're veering towards that sort of territory. Not saying that Fakemon looked bad or anything. It just, I don't know. That's kind of what it felt like at first. But now it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of grown. It's grown on me for sure. I like Fuecoco. I like the Apple Gator. It was just like really fat for his like final form. Just like a big fat crocodile. I've seen like a realistic crocodile. Just this gargantuan red fat crocodile with that same yellow thing on his head. So it's like all
the Kraft cheese.
Oh, the Kraft cheese bandage. Who'd be slapping the Kraft cheese on them? Oh man, gotta love the memes around it. It's so funny. Gotta love the internet. Let me see if there's
hate the internet. It's a love-hate relationship with the internet.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yep, and these are some of the screenshots, and then they openly said there's gonna be a richly expressed open world. So yep, it's gonna be like Arceus. You can go out, catch Pokemon. I think on your 2 feet, and then when you're battling, you can like run around and look at the battle and stuff like that, real time. It's actually really cool, even though it's like kind of a simple thing. It's like really cool. I don't know, something about it. Oh, That's pretty much it. So, any final words or whatever for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Which one are you picking? Like, or do you have an idea, like Scarlet or Violet?
I'm probably gonna buy both if they have the double pack, but play on Violet.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, I'll just probably go for Scarlet for this one, just because I already went with like mostly the red versions of whatever it is. Because the only blue version that I ever picked was Pokemon Blue. So yeah. From there on, for some reason, I always picked the red one. But now that I think about it, did I get X or Y? Actually, I think X was the blue one. So I think that was the only other blue one I've ever gotten. kind of funny. My thing about this is that this was pretty soon after Legends Arceus. I thought it was gonna take another year or something like that.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I was like, whoa, too fast.
Yeah, pretty soon. Yeah, relatively. So it looks like they were making these two games at the same time, and let Arceus be like the guinea pig, and they're like, oh, if this succeeds, we'll keep going with this one. But if it fails somehow, we'll just scrap this build, and then we'll go with a regular ass Pokemon build for Scarlet Violet. But looks like they're going with this one, you know, because how successful it was. So, I mean, I'm glad to see it because I really liked Legends Arceus for the gameplay side of it. So yeah, pretty happy with it, but we'll see how much fidelity it gets or how rough it'll be by that time. But I'm still gonna buy it. I'm still gonna play it. I'm sure the gameplay will be fine. There'll probably be some like jank here and there, but kind of how it goes with all open world games anyway. A lot of these open world games are pretty janky at times. Even like those with Tsushima, like I said, had its bugs too. So it's bound to happen. But hopefully we can see more news down the line. But it's cool. I'm excited. I look forward to it, and we'll have another Pokemon game on the Switch. So, alrighty. Meanwhile, we have some news for the Steam Deck. First off, there was a thing where you can like have emulators on the Steam Deck, Steam Deck. So you have like Dolphin, DuckStation, the PlayStation 2 emulator, PSP emulator, Yuzu for Nintendo Switch, SNES for Super Nintendo, blah blah blah. So essentially, it is like a portable PC in the form of a Switch thing. So it's kind of cool. They can emulate games on it. But then there was this thing regarding to the Steam Deck. So the big guy of Valve, Gabe Newell, was actually handing out the Steam Decks, like the first shipment of the Steam Decks to people's doors in Seattle. So that's actually kind of funny, and there's like a video about it too. So we'll take a look at it for a little bit.
It'll be so. I'll say my piece after.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just like skim through it. Oh, she has like the same color phone I do. It's kind of funny. Anyway.
Hi.
Oh my god. Hello.
Are you Hayden?
Yes.
Hi Hayden, I'm Gabe.
Oh my god, hello.
So we got some of the decks early, and so we decided this is a big milestone for us to finally have these in hand and be able to give them to people. So I'm super excited to give you your deck.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh my.
I signed it. I hope that's okay.
That's so cool.
My email is gaben@valvesoftware.com. I'd love to hear what you think after you've had a chance to play with it.
Absolutely. I'll let you know.
Right?
Wow.
Have
Thank you
fun.
so much.
Can you imagine like a major game developer just like walked up to your door like, oh, here's a this console or whatever.
Oh, here's like the new game.
Yeah, like Ed Boon
Thank
just
you for
hands you the
pre-ordering.
new Mortal Kombat. Like, what the fuck? That'd be awesome.
Well, one, I would be like, Callie's that way, sir. What are you doing here?
Well, here but it has you're Zach, right?
Like, yes, but I was like, you know, you're really looking.
Yeah.
Here's your deck.
Wow.
Does that vehicle have a camera? Am I punking? Am I getting punked right now?
Am I getting punked right now? Where's Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah.
I was not expecting to see you.
They have the really
Gabe Newell,
weird
just
ones.
wandering around your neighborhood.
Hi there.
Hi, is Ming home?
He's out skiing today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just like missing him? Like, oh, I was out for lunch. Oh, he's out for lunch. Oh, well, here's the Steam Deck. Oh, fuck, I missed Gabe Newell.
No, it'd be
What's with
more
the camera
bad
crew?
if you missed Gabe Newell because you were at work.
Hi, are you
Well,
Audrey?
work, but like, what if it was like something you took your own time out of, like lunch, or just like, in this case, I guess he was like going out for skiing or something like that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Audrey.
Hi, Audrey. I'm Gabe Newell. I
Yeah,
work at
then
Valve,
I'll be throwing a fit.
and I'm
Yeah.
delivering your deck.
Alright, great.
Why didn't you let him stay in the house and wait for me?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you need to say?
Nope.
Alright, thank you.
See ya.
See ya.
So the first job I ever had was delivering newspapers, but then the next job I had was delivering telegrams for Western Union. Overall, this is sort of bringing
Yeah, I'll
me,
just make
bringing
this
me
right now.
back to my days as
I
a
wanna-
Western Union.
I hope somewhere, like, because you can tell this was edited, right? This video.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, sure.
Like, they had, like, a lot of footage, but, you know, they had to pick, like, which...
Oh yeah,
which
hand
to-
pick. Yeah, of course.
I want to know that when Mr. Gabe was giving out the Steam Deck,
Mm-hmm.
like, a parent just opens and goes like, "Oh my God, it's George R.R. Martin, honey! Game of Thrones is here!" It's like you just see Gabe going like, "You know what? Never mind." Like he just doesn't give the kid. He just refunds it.
Okay, George R.R. Martin. I didn't think about that. Like, yeah, he kind of does look like him, kind of. but yeah, it's like a parent. Yeah, I can see like the eyes of an old person. Yeah, like make that mistake.
And then the kid's like, "Did my Steam Deck come in?" "No, but George R.R. Martin was here, honey." You know, they took a picture and everything.
Mhm.
"Mom, that was Gabe. Who's that?"
You know? He's the owner of
Oh,
Valve.
and I guess George R.R. Martin gave you this money back with this letter. Sorry, we couldn't deliver your Steam Deck, so we had to refund it.
God damn it. God damn it.
This is
So
a really
that
important
kid would be
moment
like-
where deck stops being
Mm-hmm.
a theoretical product. I just want to see what people are actually playing on
Yeah,
Steam Deck, right? So we're finally getting around to what we do best, which is interacting with our customers and improving the experience.
This part was
This
interesting
is kind of symbolically
me.
an opportunity for us to go and
Hold
do
on.
that. What do you play in Final Fantasy? What's your main?
Dragoon.
Dragoon?
DPS. Yeah, but I have a paladin in case I need to get to the queues and
Yeah.
get my tombs weekly. So
Yeah, I'm trying to level up my white mage right now.
I saw. So wow, this feels really great.
See, that's what I like. Creators and developers interacting with, with their audience.
Yeah. Just have a conversation about Final Fantasy, man. Like that's actually kind of like trippy.
So like Yoshi P was watching this, and he's like, "What is Gabe's account?" It's like, "Why? We're gonna level boost him."
Level boost him. Oh my god.
He's like, "What do you mean? Level boost him? Give him all the high rare items right now."
Mm-hmm.
Sir,
Yeah.
he's only at level 25. I don't care.
Yeah. So that's actually, it's like a nice, cute little social. I don't want to say a social experiment thing, but like a social like video kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like Gabe Newell of all people just delivering out these like first shipments of the Steam Decks, like the early units or whatever. There are some problems with it right now with the stick drift, but that's from the actual software and rather than hardware. So looks like that could be something corrected with the software update, because I think like there's no like what do you call what's the term for it? Like, it's like what was it? It's like the tolerance of like how much you want your stick to start moving or something like that. Like, so do you want your stick to just move with a tap, or do you want to like give a little more space and then the movement starts or something like that? I forget what it was called. It's like dead. It's not dead space. It was like dead something. I don't know. Anyway, looks like that was like an incorrect thing, so they're trying to recorrect that issue. So gladly it's a software thing, and you know, unlike the Joy-Cons, you know, you know, like they acknowledge it, like, hey, we have stick drift. Okay, well, we'll try to fix it. You know, that's cool. I'll give him credit for that.
Like, again, at least I'm acknowledging it.
Yeah, pretty nice overall. Pretty wholesome, I would say. And people have been saying like he's pretty based, so hey, I kind of believe it. All right, so
Once again, this is Gabe Newell, not George R.R. Martin. Because if it was George R.R. Martin, he would be like, here's Elden Ring, and then here's a book about Game of Thrones dicks and dragons.
Yeah. Oh man, that's pretty funny. All right, now we can move on to the games news, and this is a bit of a quick little bit of news, but and the first time since I forget what it was. I want to say it was like 2003 or 4 that they actually delayed Call of Duty. So, because there's always been a Call of Duty for like every fucking year, pretty much. But this is the first time that we're not gonna have a year with Call of Duty in so many years. So it looks like they're actually delaying it. They're trying to make it good. You know, maybe, hopefully. Yeah. I think it says it here. Hold on. 2005? Yeah, okay, so no, since 2005 we put out. Okay. The series began in 2003. So I think it was 2004 that was like missing a Call of Duty or something like that. And then starting from 2005 and beyond, they always had a Call of Duty since for every year. And made money and stuff like that, of course. But they delayed it this time, so kind of big, I guess you can say, but I don't know. Did you have any comment on that one?
Oh no, what a nightmare.
Oh, how am I supposed to live without Call of Duty? And then there's like a bunch of other games like coming.
And it's like, oh no, what a nightmare. What are we gonna do with our lives? Oh no, my only source of
Gaming.
shooter
Yeah, shooter games, yeah.
Oh dear, oh my. In other news.
Yeah, I know. It was there's that one meme. It was from Top Gear with the old dude. He's like, oh no. So anyway, oh no.
Yeah, I think it was like that. He was like, oh dear.
Oh no.
Anyways,
Yeah.
he just turns to the camera.
Yeah. Hold on. I want to find that the actual clip for it. Oh no. There we go. I think that's. There we go.
bad news.
What?
The Dacia Sandero. It's delayed.
Oh no. Anyway, last week.
Oh no, this car was delayed. Oh man, oh no. Or anyway.
Anyways, it's like, and you're just like staring, going like, "What, sir? This is a big thing."
Yeah,
for
okay.
you.
Yeah, for you. Yeah,
Yeah, for
okay.
you.
Okay, well, anyway.
For me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna talk about the good shit now.
I mean, to some extent, it is weird that there is no Call of Duty for a year. Because we've always had a Call of Duty every year. So I can kind of see why this is news, but...
Yeah, where people are kind of like panicking. And I stretching that word, panicking.
Yeah.
That they're not gonna get their Call of Duty fix.
Mm-hmm.
But the sadistic side of me is like, maybe it finally caught up to them. It's like, maybe we gotta change up the formula.
Maybe we gotta actually make it good.
A good, stable game.
Yeah. Or not even like a good campaign mode, man. Like, put some thought into it. Because yeah, it's always been like a throwaway.
It's like, maybe we shouldn't have, wait, what's it Call of Duty? The press F?
Oh, Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
With Kevin Spacey.
Put that. Maybe we should have put it.
Mm-hmm. Kevin Spacey. Yeah. Yeah, he was in that game once upon a time. He was in a Call of Duty game. Oh, anyway. Oh no, we don't have a Call of Duty this year. So anyway, CD Projekt Red, meanwhile, this is kind of relating to the whole like Ukraine-Russian thing. But here's a statement here. I'll just read the first part of it. Not gonna read the whole thing. In light of Russian military invasion in our neighboring country of Ukraine, until further notice, the CD Projekt Red group has made the decision to hold all sales of our games to Russia and Belarus. Today, we begin working with our partners to suspend digital sales and cease physical stock deliveries of CD Projekt Red products, as well as games distributed on the GOG platform to the territories of Russia and Belarus. So it I don't know. I mean, is that something to like do during a time like this? Like, is it like, it's kind of like, I mean, people Russians want their fix of, CD Projekt stuff. I mean, is that the right thing to do? I don't know. I have not been in a situation like this.
I think it's more on like, if you deny, like, if companies like stop, giving like their products to a warring nation and stuff, because they're in war. They're at war right now.
Right.
In my thinking is that this war campaign, whatever Putin is doing, if they don't have the money to back it up, because they might have their savings.
Oh, so they take a tax from the. I see.
Yeah.
I
so
see.
If they don't get any revenue from like, the entertainment industry and whatnot that the Russian people will be like buying like every day, they're not gonna have money to keep funding their.
Right. Okay. So now that makes sense to me now. Okay.
How do I know about this? I played a lot of strategy games, and once you go on a warpath in those things, you're gonna see your money dip.
That makes sense.
And
to
also,
me
thank you, History Channel.
now.
And to my professor, the history of history was made it
of the
fun.
History Channel.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry,
he would be playing like the History Channel to give like further information on one subject. And that's why we call him Professor History Channel, because majority of the time you're learning from the History Channel than the actual like class. And that's how we actually like pass his class, because he made history fun. And
Yeah, I never
So
thought
now
of it that way.
you have a different like seeing of why
Mm-hmm.
you see like a lot of companies like Disney, Marvel, and stuff are like stop sending.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
War revolves around money, and once your little bank account dries up,
Yeah. It's yeah, that's definitely a very important thing in war. Money.
and then also you can also think of it as you deny the people or these companies are stop giving this the people what they love and like to do on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
You get an uprising of angry people.
Mm-hmm.
That means you as a leader will have like two fronts that you're going to be fighting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is doing, and then the revolution.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
wow. Okay. Today I learned because I didn't really think
did
about
you
that.
learn today? Probably
Yeah.
not.
Well, somebody didn't learn, but anyway. Yeah, I actually did not think about that. The tax is what they're grabbing and they need for funding their war and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah. So so again, it all makes sense to me now. It's like no wonder a lot of the stuff coming into Russia is halted because they don't want the taxes being funneled to the war supporting the Russians and stuff like that. So yeah. So again, it all makes sense to me now. So I can kind of see why and like you said, it sucks for the people, and that's why the people start the revolution to stop the war, or at least a protest to stop the war and stuff like that. So yeah.
Again, if everyone's been following the news about the war, there's a lot of Russian citizens that are against this.
I've heard of I definitely heard about that too. For the most part, no one likes this war pretty much, except for Putin and I guess his cabin or whatever you call him or call it. Maybe he's he probably surrounds himself with just yes men, but that's about it.
I love that movie. Yes, Man.
Yes, Man. Yeah,
it's a really good Jim Carrey movie.
I like the ending too to that movie. I really like that. It was fucking hilarious. But yeah, that's it all makes sense to me now. I definitely do see that. So, thanks for that info. Yeah. All right, now we can move on to the rest of it, which is involving with anime, movies, TV, and all that stuff. So, we know. Look at that. So we have an update on the Bendergate situation with John DiMaggio, and he's returning. Yay for Futurama. He got his deal. Things worked out.
He got his deal, which I want to say it wasn't just him, because again, people
the cast
who jumped the bandwagon saying that he's asking for more money.
He's being greedy.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he was actually looking out for Kathy Seagal.
Yeah, his fellow cast members. Yeah.
To get a better raise. Because from what I read, they too were trying to
get the same thing. Yeah.
Get the same thing, but Hulu was, or whatever, it was being stupid, and it was at that point like, fuck, you know what? Since you don't want to say anything, I guess we'll have to settle. But John here fighting, and I guess the fans were a bit louder. They had to kind of like, you know what, fine.
Yeah. Who knows who was holding up the cards, like or whatever, like, or holding up the sort of payment or whatever. Like, was it Hulu? Was it Century Fox or whatever? Or like, who knows? But hey, glad it's over, and DiMaggio and the rest of the cast are, well, literally getting their money's worth. So Glad to see
The
that.
gang's back.
The gang is back. Yep, definitely. Now we can definitely not have to worry about Bender sounding different and stuff like that too. So, buy my shiny metal ass. They definitely did. They definitely did.
I kind of want, like, the first or the second episode just be dedicated to like this whole thing that John had to do.
That'd be actually a funny joke. Yeah.
Like, it would be a funny joke and also a big, like, fuck you.
Yeah, big fuck you. That'd be so funny. Well, what's not so funny is that there is a rumor about Jerry Bruckheimer, a movie director or something like that, or a movie producer, is trying to get a Beyblade live action movie in the works with Paramount.
I'm out.
Yeah. Oh man, he stepped out. Damn, he actually stepped out.
Okay, get off. This is leather. I don't want your nails on it.
It's pleather. So yes, there is a rumor, even existing, that there's a Beyblade live action movie with Paramount.
Shoot me.
Is this a what do you call it, like a Paramount Plus film, or is it like a theatrical?
It's probably gonna be Paramount Plus.
Oh yeah,
I cannot see this as a actual like
theater release.
Theater-based movie.
Hell no, yeah. Huh.
And I don't know if this guy knows how over the top is Beyblade, you know? Because the first season of Beyblade is kind of over the top.
Oh, for sure.
Screaming at the top of your lungs for your top to summon its spirit to attack, unless he's gonna go with the later series where or if this guy is gonna go with the later series and show that Moses was a Beyblade user and that's how he parted the seas. Still can't believe that was a thing.
Why did they do that? Why? That's yeah. I fucking can't believe that actually went through. Well, anyway, I don't know if it specified like which Beyblade it was, but
it's probably first season.
The first season, yeah. They're gonna
most likely first season.
Yeah. If this is all true, the cast is gonna get fucked. They're gonna pick the most like random people, and it's not gonna be good.
They're not even gonna pronounce the name correctly. Like,
no.
We're gonna go back to the freaking 90s where they have to change the names because they cannot pronounce it.
Yeah, Tyson, of course, right? Tyson.
Tyson. Ray.
Max was Max. Kai was Kai. It's only Tyson that had his name changed. But no, it's the professor. Kenny. That was his name, even though he didn't have a name.
But it's gonna be weird because we have Ray, right? And you know, like how in Sailor Moon, Sailor Mars' names was Ray, R-E-I, and they changed it to R-E-Y, and it's like,
R-A-Y, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, the fuck?
Yeah. They tried to...
And then...
Yeah, go ahead.
And then there was Usagi. I don't know how they couldn't pronounce that correctly, and they changed it to...
Serena or Serena, yeah.
And I'm like...
It's just, I think it's just the general like westernization, because they just didn't want to confuse their audience at the time, because they didn't think like Japanese names would fly with Western stuff. So that's why they just purposely changed it for the sake of it. I mean, yeah, Ray was still Ray, Amy was still Amy, but Makoto was, what was her name? What was Jupiter? God, what was Jupiter's like English name? I forgot.
I don't know. I still laughed at. Hi, my name is Sailor. Sailor Neptune, and this is Sailor Uranus. We are cousins,
We
and
are
we love
cousins.
each other very much. It's like baby fucking.
Yeah. That's yeah. That one I can kind of understand, because at the time, like, you know, that whole thing.
And also,
Yeah.
with also card captor Sakura,
Yeah, Sakura.
her
Yeah.
brother,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
her brother, and his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, the brother kicking her out. He has his best friend in the room
Mhm.
that's locked. Okay, I don't need to call a detective to know what the hell is going in that room.
Yeah. Good times with 90s anime. Good times. Especially when it's dubbed over
Beautiful
with
translating.
yeah. Especially when it's dubbed over English, like, or with English, excuse me. I remember the English one for Sailor Moon, they always had these like weird like I don't know if it was at the end or in the middle. No, I think it was in the end. They always had these like weird public announcement things, public service announcements, when they like use footage from Sailor Moon to be like, oh yeah, for example, there was like, oh yeah, you gotta brush your teeth or something like that, because you gotta take care of your teeth and you gotta get rid of cavities and stuff like that. They're like doing like all this like weird like hiya and all that stuff. I remember that segment so much. It's like burned into my head, because they rerun that episode a lot of times. And yeah, it was so like, even as a child, I was like cringing at the time. I'm like, why? It was 90s dubbed anime was a very it was a very different time. Let's just put it that way. More on anime, or lastly, more anime. Zatch Bell is actually making its return, and Zatch Bell 2 with a sequel. I remember watching this on Toonami at the time, dubbed in English. That's how I was first introduced to it. Boy, I can understand the Japanese title is Gash Bell or something like that, or Gash Bell. Have you?
It sounds like a horror. Like, if you had no like knowledge of
Yeah.
Gash, it sounds like a horror anime.
There is a bit of horror element to it if you look at the manga stuff. I think.
I mean, yeah, that's why I wish, the Pokemon anime followed the manga, and we actually see the decapitation of
Arbok and
holy shit, that. Yeah, kids, don't read the manga version of Pokemon. You kind of gonna regret
yeah.
making those Pokemon faint.
That image is also burned in my head. Also, I'll never forget that.
I forget what was the villain's name. It was a white clown, and it was the voice actress of Frieza.
Wait, actress of Frieza? You mean actor?
Actress. It was Frieza's voice.
Oh, yeah, Nakao. Or do you say Nakao? Yeah.
For the English.
Oh, for the Oh, I think. Okay. So, yeah, English. Yes, that's a female. Okay. Well, the first one, yes.
So I don't know what, because that's where I stopped watching this anime. Is when they introduced that villain
for Zatch Bell.
Yeah.
Not sure. Let me see if I can find it.
It was like a white clown.
Zatch Bell. I think I know what you're talking about. Oops. Clown. now you see Ash in here for some reason. Okay, anyway.
Like they look really demented.
Was it this one? Is this clown? This guy?
No,
Not that one. Okay. Weird. I don't know. I just typed in clown and that's what popped up. It might have been like some. I don't know. It might be someone else. We could take a look at the
to the wiki.
Yeah, or like the cast, the voice cast. Let's see. Voiceover? Was this voiceover? No. There's that one list. I forget where it was. Is it behind the voice actors? Oh, there it is. Well, that's Zatch Bell himself. All right, let's look for a clown-like character. Or what was the voice actress's name? Do you remember? For Frieza?
I found the villain.
Oh.
Zophis?
Maybe it was for the movie. I remember I think there was a movie.
No, it was part of the show.
Was it part of the show?
The villain's name was Zophis. Zophis.
I guess it's not listed on here for some reason, somehow. Guess not. But anyway, let's try to type that in there. Oops, whatever. How do you spell it?
Z-O.
Oh, Zolphis. It just popped. Sorry, it just popped in now. Oh, is it this one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I stopped watching after this one showed up.
I see.
So I don't know what episode they showed up, but I stopped right after this. Zatch Bell kind of didn't with me.
Yeah. I didn't watch the whole thing either because I again didn't really stick to me all the way, but I did watch a good amount.
I mean, it was funny. Like I had more fun time watching Brave Master over Zatch Bell.
Yeah.
And sadly, Rave Master dropped dead in the ocean.
Yeah.
With no closure.
Let me see. Is it in this one? I know there was one character I was kind of like. Was it Victor Ream? Yeah, I remember this guy. The Japanese one is really funny because it's Norio Wakamoto, so it's like the same actor for Cell from Dragon Ball Z. And he loves melon for some reason. I don't know why, but he loves like honeydew melon or something, or just Japanese melon. So ridiculous. But yeah, that's like some of the memories I have with Zatch Bell. It's mostly from Toonami. So that's all I got. Unless you had any other bit of news that you want to drop in here before we head on out. Think we're good?
Yeah.
Are we good? Alrighty. So, yeah, that's all we got. There was a bit of news here and there, but mostly Pokemon and the Capcom stuff, the Capcom license thing. So, but yeah, mostly Pokemon. if you wanna, look at the big picture, I guess. Because yeah, Pokemon is pretty big. Blah blah blah. Yeah. People still love Pokemon. I still do.
Yeah, there's people that like Pokemon and people that loves Pokemon. People who really loves Pokemon.
Or who love to hate on Pokemon.
And
Yeah.
we don't talk about those.
Yeah.
They're the Bruno of the Pokemon franchise. We don't talk about.
All right, well, that is all we got, ladies and gents. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning in once again. It's been really fun, especially talking about the Capcom stuff. And I learned something, you know, like the CD Projekt thing, you know. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't think
You
about
learn
that.
about money and how it affects everything.
Mm-hmm. The effects and stuff like that, yeah. But yeah, anyway, we'll be back. I'm sure. I don't know if there's anything. Oh no, EVO. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about EVO. That's yeah, that'll be sometime after. And yeah, so that'll be something to look forward to. I'll probably do a reaction video myself, but we'll definitely talk about it after when we record and stuff like that. So, anyways, thank you so much. We'll see y'all in the next episode. Bye bye.
Stop biting my freaking toe.
There it is. There it is.
Also, I'll throw a cheese singles at your face.
Crap singles.